Hi, Julie. So I've got your ad up right here. Now, one of the things I want to address, and if you've listened to some of the other videos in this thread, video critiques that I've left in this thread, I've made this comment a few times. And one of the things I think that really make a big indication of the difference between student or beginning designers and more seasoned professional designers is the fact that students always want to put things in boxes. And that's one thing that we as instructors continuously try to reinforce the condition of removing boxes. Boxes create a degree of separation, as we can clearly see. Right now, you're creating a separate a separation from the background image. So by placing this text in boxes, you're kind of telling the viewer that this text is not very closely associated with the background. What we want to do is we want to create a nice synergy with the background instead of a separation. Okay, so my recommendation is to do this. Take all the text in these boxes and just assemble right here just a paragraph of type that's referring to all of this stuff. You can set it in white. Looks like the background image will hold it quite nicely. So yeah, absolutely. So take everything out of this, assemble it in, transpose it into a paragraph of written text information describing the everything that's here, the resort as well as the promotion, and just set it up as a paragraph. Then you can take this and just use this as kind of a segue. Just place this right above the paragraph, then start your paragraph copy. I think the rest is pretty good. A little bit congested down here. My recommendation would be to reduce the size of that back masked image, but we're going to talk about that masked image in a second. But I would take this, which it seems really cluttered down here, so I would take this address information and just span it right across the top of the ad right there. Then just reduce the size of that logo and place it right there in the corner. Now, one thing I do notice is, then this is a problem, is this masked image. I did mention this in grading, but if we take a look at this masked image, it's destroyed. It's very, very extremely poor quality. See these little stair step, these little squares, and there's little distortions right here. These are all very indicative of what is called image compression artifact and pixelization, both of which are indicative of poor quality images. So this won't work. I mean, we've got to get a high quality image in there and replace that masked image. So you can find another image of flowers and mask it out and replace that. If you want more information on compression artifact and pixelization, go over to the announcements area and review an announcement called "Can I change my 300 Can I change my 72 PPI images to 300?" And then it goes into compression artifact and pixelization. So other than that, I think that we're set up quite nicely. Now the background image, I would recommend an adjustment layer on there just to increase the brightness a little bit. I think it's a little dark. I know, granted, I understand it is sunset, and so it should be dark, but nonetheless, the dark shadow areas right here have no detail at all. So we'll just go ahead and just lighten that up just a little bit. I think an image adjustment layer, levels adjustment layer will improve the contrast, and then brightness, just a touch of brightness in this, I think will improve the image itself. All right, so fantastic. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. But those are the recommendations I would recommend for your final submission here, which is coming up in just a couple of short weeks. Okay, if you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you very much.